A start button. Yeah, it's on.
Is that okay?
You're good. You can film whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
It's filming now.
Do you remember how to use this? Or should I give you a quick recap? So first of all, you get the
Did a bit of filming.
You hold the camera in your right hand.
Anyone want to talk about the park?
Then come to me. Well,
oh, that's so cool. That's amazing.
I forgot how you take it.
I think you're doing it. It's the red on, you're filming. You're not taking a photo, you're filming. You're making a film. Yeah?
I am.
Do you want to go, where do you want to go and film? Should we go down to the flowers down there and film?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Yeah? Actually walk down to the daffodils. Don't fall over.
I think I'm going to put down here.
We were going to go look at these daffodils. Is it still filming? That's quite interesting. Yeah. I walk in the park. You want to film these? These are beautiful.
It's easy for me because I'm recording. Action.
You need to do the clap.
Oh,
Quite a loud clap.
like how loud? Like.
What? Let's start again. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Action.
Well done.
What did you bring with you today?
I've bought this pen from the University of Plymouth.
What did you do at the university?
So we went there and we scooped out pumpkin guts and put them into different bowls.
An heirloom, something from your mum or your dad or your first girlfriend. You'll be interested. You'll find a young lady and you think, oh, she gives me something. And it's nice to look back at heirlooms because they mean a lot. I mean, you don't always have written evidence or things put aside about an heirloom. Things my dad had left me, which I used to envy when he was alive and think, oh, I wouldn't mind having that. And of course, with the passage of time, I've now got them. So if you can hang on to anything that means a lot to you, keep it.
We have a really lovely old penny which is squashed into a piece of lava from Mount Vesuvius, which my great-grandfather did when he was in the Boer War.
Wow.
It's just a funny little random thing, but it's quite amazing.
So he got it from there?
He took a penny with him. He had a penny with him. He was there, and it had erupted or whatever was going on, and the lava was still molten enough to stick a penny in it and bring it home with him.
What object did you bring today?
A brooch.
What does this object mean to you?
It reminds me of my nanny who passed away a long time ago. But yeah, it reminds me of her.
Do you have any heirlooms?
Do I have any
Heirlooms.
heirlooms? Yes, I do actually. I have, my grandfather was in the Navy and I have his ceremonial sword at home. What sort of thing were you thinking about heirlooms?
Like objects that have...
I have my mum's china and I have her crystal glass bowl which I bought when I was 16. When I had my first wages, I went out and bought her something really nice because she didn't have a lot of nice things because she didn't have a lot of money when I was small. So I saved up all my money and I bought her this crystal glass bowl which cost an awful lot. It probably cost me all my wages at that time. I was dental nursing then, I didn't have one school. And I bought her that. And now I have that because she died. She was very, very young. She was the same age as the Queen. And she died, so now I have the crystal bowl in my cabinet at home, so that's a bit, you know.
And did you get it from?
My mum.
How old is it?
Half a year old.
What's your favourite part of it?
The movement.
What's your favourite colour on
The blue.
I bring in my childhood toy.
Where did you get it from?
I think I got it from my grandma from a long time ago. I like how the hair's crazy and how it's just looks cute.
Well, I seen this video where they used to done something like this with the cups. So and they put one cup and they drew out the person, and they got another cup on top of it, and they drew the outfit, and then they drew different outfits, and so that you twisted it around. Where did you get this from?
I got it on holiday.
Well, where did you go on holiday?
America.
What did you do there?
Stuff.
How did you get that on holiday?
Go to a shop.
How much was it?
100 million pounds.
When did you get this?
I got it last week.
Where's it from?
My dad got it for me from.
How much beads does it have?
I'm not sure. That's like 15 or something. 20.
What is your item that you banked today?
This is my mirror from my nan.
What's your favourite thing about the mirror?
I like the detail on the back, where it's really detailed.
Why I chose it is that it has been here with me for 57 years old. So it's kind of really special to me, so that's why I put it in.
How fast can you solve the cube?
It's impossible to solve. I've never solved it.
I bring a turtle, a sea object.
Where did you get it from?
Spain.
Which part of Spain?
Madrid.
What object have you brought in today?
This fossil.
Where's it from?
The beach.
And what object did you bring today?
Fossil.
What does your object mean to you?
It means that I can remember when we went to the beach.
And what memories does your object make you think of?
It makes me think of when I went with my family to the beach and we stayed in a hotel. This is Salisbury Road.
Brilliant. And then
Yes, I had my first job I was about 17. It's a long, long time ago. And I entered the insurance world. You know what insurance is? You buy cover if your house might catch fire or you have a road accident, you've got to have car insurance. I was involved straight from school into that line of business, and I've stayed in that line all my life till I retired. I left the insurance company I joined as a young man and eventually started my own company, as one does, progressing. Three of my own children came to work for me then. And then I sold the company and retired.
We worked together, we played together, and the only person other than the ward sister who had authority was the consultant. The rest of us worked as a team. And there were times when ward sisters didn't get exactly what they wanted because doctors would say, no, we're not. We are doing this. Whereas now it's so chaotic, everybody is working for themselves. They don't work as a team, or very few work for a team. But in A&E, like a lot of emergency places, things that you see on television, you've got to work as a team. But I enjoyed my years there.
I loved being a caretaker at Prince School, very much so. The children were fantastic, the teachers was good. Actually, now I've been retired from school about 9 years now, and some of the girls that was at Prince School, and the boys as well, see me. The only problem is I couldn't remember their names. I'm very, very bad at remembering names. The teachers remembered all the names in school. That was my downfall. But other than that, yes, I had a very good time there.
What's your favourite memory from school?
My favourite memory from school is sliding down a bank on black ice and breaking my arms.
I remember coming to this school and I was very, very happy at this school. I absolutely loved it. My own children came to this school as well and they really enjoyed it. And I just remember playing in the playground, just simple things. In those days there were big metal dustbins in the playground. There were about 6 of them. And we used to put them in a long line and then we'd take a big run up and leapfrog over them. And we weren't really allowed to do it, to be honest, but we did. And some teachers said it was okay and some didn't. So we had to look at who was on playground duty and think, will they let us move the bins? And then some would say, no, put those back immediately. And others would just not even worry.
Oh, well, I left in 1949. It was a school that had a very good reputation, especially with regard to the 11 plus exam, which of course was the be-all and end-all of everything in those days. There wasn't a lot, I mean, it was just a basic education because I can remember we did have a film projector arrive, which was new to us. There was very few other sort of things that you would take for granted. But yes, the education was very good. You couldn't fault it, and it made you curious about things. That was the main thing about it, which I found very useful.
What is your favourite place in the community? Place in the community?
School. School? Why do you like school?
Because I like learning.
Red dot.
Where's the other one?
That is recording now, see?
Where's the other one?
Over there, look. Show a bit of what the park is like.
I'm gonna film some Jeffrey.
And you can talk about what you can
Don't film people.
Yeah, you can film. Ada, can you point to one of the bluebells and then I'll film it?
I won't bore you with the details, but if you can go through life without being embarrassed, and you tell people I've never been embarrassed, they won't believe you. Everybody will get embarrassed at some time or another. It's amazing how fate lends a hand, creeps up behind you.
So, I was at my nanny's farm and me and Walt were riding down this really fast hill. Then Walt fell over, and I collapsed on him. Yeah, okay, I was riding down the hill and then I fell over and Bea didn't even stop the bike. She just kept on riding, then she just and then she just riding on him and then she fell over.
I did buy a pair of odd shoes once. I was on the bus and I sort of went like this and I thought, I went like that and I thought, got 2 left feet, 2 left shoes, so I had to take them back and admit I bought 2 left pairs, 2 left shoes instead of a left and a right.
As a face painting enthusiast, when my daughter was in about year 4 here, they put on a Christmas show which was the Alien Nativity, where a spaceship full of aliens crashes into Bethlehem just when the nativity's happening. And I said, yes, I'll come and do the stage makeup for them all and paint them all green. So I painted all the aliens green, put some like silly moustaches on the shepherds and this sort of thing, and the show was great. But then the next day, I came in and there were quite a lot of disgruntled parents who looked at me and went, did you paint my child green? And I was like, yes. Because all these green children were actually still yellow, because the face paint was a bit old and it had dyed everybody's faces yellow, and it took a few days for them to come back to normal. It was a bit like, oh dear, that was not really great. But luckily I did the moustaches with paint and not with like Sharpie or something. So they did come on.
I've brought a piece of gold in with me today.
What does your object mean to you?
It means quite a lot to me because it's worth a lot of money, and my great granddad gave it to me.
What memories does your object make you think of?
It makes me think of my family and how they love gold, and it was passed down through generations because we were originally pirates, and my great granddad was Pegleg Jake Guscott, a famous pirate.
You can tell us the time. Where? The pigeons are back in. Wow, look at them. Let's see. Hey, look, the pigeons are back. That's a squirrel. Pigeons! Do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets? Well, I have a big pond in my garden that comes to about here. I know that because my husband fell in it, and it's got some fish in it. There's about 5 or 6 really big ones like this. There's about half a dozen small ones. But unfortunately, we got a really greedy seagull who our neighbour is nicknamed Gordon, who used to come in and steal all our fish. So we had to put a net over it to stop him stealing all our fish. Because we had loads and loads of fish in our pond, and I just kept wondering why they kept disappearing. And then I looked out of my window one morning and I saw Gordon out there diving and stealing all my fish. So I had to put a stop to that.
Hello, and what's your name?
My name's Zana.
What have you brought in today?
A savage cat.
Where did you get it?
My grandma, because she's very savage. She gave me this as a gift because she wanted me to remind, so I got a reminder of her.
How is your grandmother savage?
She's quite mean to other people, except for me.
Is that her way of being her?
Yeah.
So you're technically her favourite, am I correct?
Yeah.
So I brought Evil Plankton. Evil Plankton was given to my daughter, who's now 16, when she was born, by my friend. I love SpongeBob intensely. I painted the SpongeBob musical, which they put on in Plymouth, and the songs from it are amazing. Hero is my middle name. It's one of my favourite songs. It's such an uplifting song. But also, Plankton, I have worked with Plankton scientifically, and Plankton is the most important thing on the planet. Because I won't launch into it, I'm just going to go, because it does half the world's photosynthesis, and it's the bottom of the food chain, and it's just amazing, and it's so small that you can't see it, and you go swimming and get a mouthful of seawater and it's got like 1 million plankton in it. And yeah, so I brought Evil Plankton with me.
What object did you bring today? My cat Mac. My cat Mac, he died. What was Max like? Sleepy. Sleepy. What did you most like about Max? And he was sleepy.
Do you want me to hold it?
Dance, Ada! Dance!
Right, now it's recording.
A big celebration, a wonderful celebration. One day, I think it will happen, is for Plymouth Argo to actually get into the Premiership. I've been a supporter of Plymouth Argo since I was a lad, I don't know, 9 or 10 when I went with my dad originally. And whilst it's wonderful to support Man United or Man City, you've got to support your local team. And if you don't, you're not a real supporter. That's my opinion anyway.
These make a noise. I don't know if anybody knows what these are.
Oh, I know what
They remind me of sleigh bells for some reason.
They do. They are very like sleigh bells.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what it is.
They go on your legs.
Yeah.
Or is it for a parade?
So you dance with them on.
That would be annoying. Kind of reminding me of Scottish.
And
Scotland.
similar. And I wear this.
Yes, I know. Actually, it's on the Barbican they do it.
Yes.
They do, you're right, Lily.
And amongst other things, when we're dancing, we use wavers.
Oh, wait, you do? In my culture, they also use wavers.
Do they? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we just use it.
So does anybody know what this comes from? This is not my whole outfit, but this is part of it.
For some reason, it's reminding me of something in South Africa. I don't know why.
Oh, well, who knows? I don't know where it came from.
Oh,
It's called Morris dancing.
Anyone heard of that?
You heard of Morris
You
dancing?
better ask some questions to find out what it is then.
What's Morris dancing?
It's a very old tradition of dancing, which was revived in the 1900s. So it's been a man called Cecil Sharp was worried that all the local folk songs and folk dances were being lost, dying out. So he went round the country and recorded them, similar, I guess, to what you're doing now. And there are loads of Morris sides or teams around the country now, and they all dance different dances. There are different sorts of Morris dancers, and we're Plymouth Morris, and we dance mainly around Plymouth. So we do lots of dances. We go out to the Barbican, we go to pubs, we go to the Hoe. On May Day, May the 1st, we get up really early and we get to the Hoe on the promenade, the big space on the Hoe, when it's dark, and we dance the sun up. Make sure the summer happens.
I would never do that in my life.
It's very difficult to get up at that early.
But how long does it take to master Morris dancing?
You could learn a dance quite quickly. You could learn one dance quite quickly, but there are loads and loads of dances. I didn't start Morris dancing until 2019, just before we had the COVID lockdown, and it took me a while to learn some dances.
I was 4 then.
Well, there you go. Yeah, 2019.
I can remember a really bad celebration, which was quite funny. I organised a Coronation Street party when King Charles was crowned, and I closed the street, and everyone on the street was involved, and we were going to get out our tables and eat our dinner on the street and have a pet show and a cake competition and a concert and all sorts of stuff. And as we got nearer and nearer the time, I could see that the weather was looking a bit dodgy. And the day came and it poured all day, and it was so windy we couldn't even put up gazebos or anything. So it ended up with 4 of us in our raincoats in the street drinking wine, and the kids playing with little things, playing poo sticks down the drain with sticks and leaves, because the street had no cars in it, which was really great. We had the whole street to ourselves to run around in and just play in, but it was pouring with rain. Yeah, but it was fun. It's memorable.
When I was little, we used to have a lot of children's parties down there actually, and I remember there was always jelly, and they put them in little frilly paper bowls, and I just remember all sat round, big tables, big lines of children eating jelly. And then as I got older, they had Christmas carol services down at Tot Hill that quite a lot of the community came to, and there were carols and readings, and then afterwards everybody pushed the tables back and they did sort of ballroom dancing.
Yes, we've had 100 years. We celebrated that. I can't remember how long ago now, actually. One of the wardens will tell you that. Can't remember that, but we celebrated 100 years, and we celebrated 100 years of the Boers Brigade. And last year, there were 40 years of the Girls Brigade. So, yes, there's been some celebrations we've had.
Oh, we had lots of celebrations, especially when we opened the new church and all the pews were taken out, and the nice floor and the nice chairs and tables and things. We actually had cake, other things. And then we had a big service, and we asked the bishop to come down, and we had more cake and more food, so we had lots of celebrations and partying.
Now it's on. Why don't you film your mum?
Say hi.
Hi.
Luca.
Hi, Luca.
Say blah blah blah.
Hi, Luca. What happened? Oh. How long did you sleep today?
Shut my camera. We haven't seen anything.
Biggest changes I've seen. I worked in the dockyard for 40 years. A lot of changes has gone on in the dockyard. And where the bow is now, used to have CNA and all different things up there. That was all new build. The Parkway, which is a road now, used to be trains running through there.
Well, yes, you see, you could leave the back door open and they come in the back door and say, "Here, mate, have you got an egg? But, you know, I've just bloody dropped one," or something. And this kind of thing. Or, "Can you look after my kid for a minute? I've got to go to the doctor's," and people were like that. I can remember going down Beatrice Avenue, at least, yes, because, I mean, the boy in the bottom on the corner house, he would come up and we'd play. Mrs. Knight was a widow, so she didn't have any children. The people next to her didn't have children, but the people in the next two did, and the people opposite did. Because there wasn't much traffic, so you could be playing, skipping in the road or up the top half of the road, and do that kind of thing. And neighbours would help each other out, whether it was to come in and help you put the sheets out on the line or look after your children, or share clothes, you know, or pass them on. There was that kind of generosity because there was no money around. And most of us sort of made our own sort of enjoyment of either, you know, skipping or playing games or this kind of thing in the back lanes.
When I was little, and I lived in St Judes, and I used to play in the back lanes. And it doesn't sound very exciting, but we had a big area of waste ground that was attached to the railway, and it's got houses built on it now. But it was very wild, and we children could just play there without any adults at all, and it was great fun.
Don't have that many myself, but I know that the people on my street have lived there for like their whole lives, some of them, and some of them have parents living in one house and children in another and grandchildren in another. People tend to really stay around in St Judes, and there's a really strong community on our street, which I really enjoyed getting to know, and part of that happened through COVID, and although COVID left some really hard stuff for people to deal with, actually it was quite an amazing time because we all had to become much more resourceful. We rushed out and panic bought some chickens and had them in our very small garden, which was quite fun. And our neighbour, who's a really good singer, Lizzie Corish, was doing like doorstep gigs, and the whole street was come and sit on their doorstep, literally not wanting to get any closer to the people who were sitting over there, because it was such a strange thing, but brought everybody together.
Gosh, how has Plymouth changed? I think living here all the time, you forget that it's changing. Every day somebody will paint a house a different colour, they put a new roof on. At High Street, well, a lot of it was bombed during the war, of course, I remember that. It's gone from when I was a lad. But change happens without us all realising that things are changing. They don't change overnight. It's a gradual progress that things are improving. Most we might think, oh, it's not like it used to be, it's not good enough. Of course, society, the provenance of people, they've all got houses now, there's no hardship. If there is hardship, government provides things for us. It's a good time to be alive, there's no doubt about it. You children are receiving the benefits that when I was a boy, they just didn't exist. Your mum and dad had to provide everything for you. Of course, we didn't know any different then, so we didn't feel deprived. As long as we had a set of clothes to wear, and then your mum would sort it out, and the next day it was all washed and dried, and life carried on. I don't think there's any, I suppose there are things that I would wish to change, but 99% of life is lovely. And you kids are lucky enough to be here when society, to me, seems to be in full swing and everybody is benefiting.
Huh?
Where are you? Wash them.
Right.
So what I did, I liked it. It was like how like blurry with like green in it.
That's cool.
Blurry with green.
Yeah, nice.
You see where it was down over, it was like blurry green. Like.
Nice.
But I was trying to get one of those.
Oh.
Can I take one of the sky?
Of the sky? Yeah, you can film the sky.
Okay.
Hold it up.
Look at it.
Is it recording? Yeah, you got the blue dot, the red dot in the corner.
Yeah.